Well, welcome everyone. It's time for another Total Image Woman of the Week, and you may notice that I'm coming earlier than usual, and there's a reason for that. We are going to be talking today about dreams, your dreams versus true dreams. Who knew there was a difference? And we're going to be talking with my very dear friend, Iris Van Ooyen, who some of you may be familiar with her because she's done a lot of things that I've shared with you, like her gratitude project that I've also been a part of and over the course of the years, and many of you have taken advantage of that. And she has been a guest here more than once. So she is back because she has a new program coming up, and I'm always intrigued by what Iris does, but she was telling me about dreams versus true dreams, and I thought, well, what's the difference? We all need to know. So, Iris, I hope you will tell us more about this. Welcome.
Thank you so much for inviting me. And I do look forward to tell people all about the difference between the dreams that you think you're supposed to have or maybe unconsciously are having without knowing that, and the ones that really are tied to your soul and who you truly are.
Oh, I love
Exciting.
it. Gives me, as you say, gives me chills. You say that. So tell us, first of all, just for maybe the people who are watching who might not know who you are, what do you do and how did you end up doing what you're doing? And I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but you're in the Netherlands, which is why we're doing this early, because it's what, like 7 or 8 o'clock or something at night there?
Yes.
So, yeah, 8 o'clock. So yeah, there's a time difference. All right, so tell us a little bit about you so people can be more aware of who you are and all your magnificence.
Thank you. So I'm highly intuitive, and that's how I support my clients. I believe in combining the spiritual with very practical tips, and I help people have more energy, tap into their intuition, and just feel better about who they are and find a way to really be themselves and enjoy life. Because I believe is meant to be enjoyed. I also believe there's a reason that we're here, that we all have a unique ability, something that we're great at. Like, well, it's obvious what your unique ability is. And I know you allow women to shine. And I think it's so brilliant how you do that. And you also combine like the inner with your beauty words with the outer. And I'm a firm believer that the inner creates the outer, and that your energy is a huge component of how you feel, and not just like your physical energy level, but like your energy is in your emotions, your mental state, and that's what I work with my clients.
Yes, wonderful. It's fabulous. And I think what I didn't say this time, I know I've told people this before, but you and I met about, I think a little over 10 years ago now, at a mastermind in New York that we both were part of for a few years. And I always remember just being so inspired by you, and not only what you had to say, which was always so very well thought out and obviously intuitive, but also with your kindness and your grace with which you said the things that you said. And I think that, I don't know, particularly in this day and age, I think many of us, or maybe I should just speak for myself, respond better to that kind of connection than something that's, they're being hit over the head with. So I love your way of connecting with people and introducing new ideas and insights, and you're always just so gracious in all of that. So I know that whatever you're doing with your clients, they love you. I know they love, because I know some of your clients, so I know they love you. So tell us a little bit about the dreams you think you're expected to live versus true dreams. Like, what's the difference and how do you know which you're living?
Yes. So it's tricky to know which one you're living, but let me start explaining like what the difference is first.
Great.
I believe you have a dream from your soul, and that might be like a combination of things, but that's like the thing that really lights you on fire, that brings that sparkle to your eye. That's what I think you are meant to be living or doing or experiencing. And over time, because of conditioning, because of adopted beliefs, because of, I think it's Mitchell's, because of society, because of what is expected of you, you might adopt some dreams that you think are your dreams. Like, I was thinking of like, there was a time where every entrepreneur had to build a 6-figure business because That was like the thing, right? And I admit, I was for a while, I also thought like, yeah, that's really what you should be doing. And then you grow to seven figures. And if you don't do that, then it's like not even worth your time. And I think for some people that might be true, but I think for most people, it's not about the numbers. It's about like what makes you happy. And maybe your true dream involves working 3 days a week and then spending the rest of the time with your partner or your children or volunteering or pursuing a passion that doesn't yield any income but just lights you up. And I think it's really important to learn to distinguish between like, is this something that I've adopted over time, that I've come to believe that is something that when I achieve that will truly light me up? And if so, then maybe there's something better that you might want to pursue and put your time and energy in that will really make you shine, will really make you so incredibly happy.
Yes. Yes, I love that. And I have something similar to that, but I remember years ago in our mastermind group, everybody was talking about you should only work 4 days a week and that's it. And then you should have 3 days off. And I was thinking, but okay, all right, I'll go for that. Then I thought, I don't want to do that. I want to work more. I like working more days. And it was so interesting to kind of flesh that out with the group to realize that I can do what I want. If I want to work 5 days or 6 days, I can do that as long as I'm doing it because it makes me happy and not because someone's, forcing me to do it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. You're right. We get to decide, we get to be the designers of our dreams. Do you find sometimes that people don't always know what their dream is? And how do you address that?
Yeah. I think a lot of the time people aren't really sure what truly makes them happy.
Mhm.
It's something that I work with clients, not specifically focused on dreams all the time, but just like helping people uncover like what recharges me, what brings me joy, what is a way that I can spend my free time now that I am opening up more time to spend on myself. Because I know a lot of people, especially a lot of women, we often do too much. We're great at over giving. We're great at taking care of other people, and not so good at taking care of ourselves and taking the time to do what recharges us. So part of my job is helping people rediscover like, so what do I do with this free time? Like what now what? And
Yes.
some people know, and some people don't know like one or two things, but I believe there's always more and more to uncover and to play with. And when it comes to true dreams, I'm really good at like tuning in and zeroing in for people and help them get clear on like what their soul wants for them and like some intuitive insights that their soul has pointing them in a certain direction. Like maybe you want to look over here. And um, there's a lot of surprises in there, and yeah, that's one of the greatest parts.
I love that. I love that. And all of this kind of leads us up to the fact that you have a new program coming up where obviously it sounds like you're going to be talking about dreams. And I know that one of the things that you talk about are the carriers of light. So can you tell us a little bit about the program you have coming up and what the carriers of light are?
Yes, absolutely. So it's a 4 week online program, and each week has a focus. And the first week, I'm going to take a peek here. So the first week is about remembering your true dream, because I think most of us don't really remember, and that gives me chills. So we're going to have a look at like, okay, what do you think your dreams are? And then if we tune in, what is your true dream? What's the dream your soul has for you? And where is there an overlap, and where is there perhaps a discrepancy? And then the second week, we're going to get clear on like, so what are obstacles preventing you from living your true dreams? And these are often underlying beliefs, some behaviors, always subconsciously, because you're not doing it on purpose, obviously. But we're going to get clear on like, what are you doing to stop or delay your dreams from coming to fruition? Then we're going to release those blocks and we're going to look at those fears, see how we can shift them up. And a large part of that is some healing work and helping to raise your vibration, because to me, vibration is like, it's like an elevator. Like if you're in a building and you're living on the third floor, that's like your currently what your vibration is. But maybe your true dream lives on the fifth floor. So we have to raise your vibration so that you can meet each other. And when I tune in for people, what I see is like each floor has new insights, new experiences. One's not better than the other, it's just different. And the more you raise your vibration, I don't know how familiar people are with vibrational frequencies, but like lower level energies like fear, anger, sadness, shame, those are lower level energies. Like fear is what they say at 100. The scale of 0 to 1,000, fear is 100. Love is 500. And
Wow.
what they say enlightenment is then 1,000. So, and 200 is what they call the level of empowerment. If you're vibrating below 200, it's where people often feel a victim and where everything is happening to them. If you're over 200, it's much easier to feel empowered and to see like, okay, what's my part in this? And that's where a lot of the personal development often really takes a higher gear. So that's what we'll do also. We'll look at like, what do you need to heal? What can we shift? And how can I help you raise your vibration so you can get closer to your true dream so that you can meet each other?
So vibration is directly connected to emotions, to what you're feeling. Is that right?
Yes, it doesn't mean that when you're sad that your level, like your base level drops. Maybe like you, if you're angry, you drop for the moment, but it's not like your foundation has dropped. But over time, we can like, you're born with a certain base vibration, and we can increase it over time as you release old beliefs and behaviors and whatnot. Um, so there's like a bandwidth that you're comfortable with.
Ah, I see. I see. And I suspect that many of us have a hard time being able to raise our vibration on our own, either because we don't recognize where the vibration is or because we don't know how to raise it. So that's where you can come in to actually give people tools or support them in being able to raise their vibration so they can recognize what their true dream is. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's right. Yeah. And actually, reminds me, one of the things I uncovered during our mastermind is my mission, which is to help raise the vibration of the planet so that more people can live from love. And I believe that ties in so beautifully to living your true dream, because I believe when you are living your true dream, there's just such a large component of your life where you are just feeling and living the love.
Oh,
I'm
so
not
it's
just
my
mean,
turn to say I have chills from you saying that.
yeah,
So yes,
yeah.
absolutely. And particularly with all that's been going on in the past year, I bet people's vibration has been hovering a little lower than it normally would be, or where they don't want it to be, just because of all that's going on globally, and the fear that's been out there
Yeah.
has to be affecting people, I would think, on a very almost a cellular level.
Yes, well, very well put. I absolutely. And it's just been really hard to maintain your vibration. Like you just need to put in extra effort and more awareness because so much fear is like clouded around us.
And also surrounding yourself with like-minded people who also want to raise their vibration. I mean, that I would think in your program is going to be an amazing uh, benefit of being in the class.
Yes.
So, all right. So you've told us, I think, three of the classes. What's the fourth class?
So it's really about opening up and then drawing your dream to you.
Ah, nice. Nice. Now, how many people are you? Is this like any number of people can come in, or do you have a limit to the number of people who can be part of the program?
It's not limited yet. It's a good question, actually. I may have to limit that.
You're just trusting the universe. You're just,
It's
or
really
yeah, the whatever, whoever's supposed to come to you is going to come to you, I would expect.
Yeah, that's what was usually my intention. And the perfect group of people shows up, and a lot of magic is happening on the forum. There's a private forum
Oh,
only for the participants, and I just completed another program, Lift the Veil, and that's what a lot of people said. Like, so the interaction with the other people is just really powerful, and
And I know that was also true in your gratitude program.
Yeah.
There was a lot of connection that happened with people all over. You have people all over the world who are attending your program. So
Yeah.
it's very cool. So tell us, all right, I'm trying to decide which question to ask first.
Carriers of light. I think I would.
Carriers of light, but also tell us the link where people can find your program. I'm going to put the link in the comments as well, but why don't you tell us what it is and then tell us what the Carriers of Light is.
Yes. So the link is twobrighteyes.com. 2 is in the number 2. And look at the shop, and it's the top thing in the shop.
Okay, great. Okay.
The link is too complex to try and explain.
Yeah, that's all right. I will put it in the comment section, but they can go to twobrighteyes.com and find out all about you anyway and see your lovely smiling face right there on your homepage, which is great. All right, so now everybody's wanting to know what is Carriers of Light.
Yes. So they are a group of energies or entities. Some people think of them like angels. To me, they feel slightly different, but it's like a higher vibration that I'm connected with, and I'm like their spokeswoman. And so it's their job or their mission to help us raise our vibration so that we can hold more of our own light.
I love it. I love
And
it.
then
So how do they do? They do that through you, by you connecting in and transmitting their messages. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Their messages and their energy. And sometimes it's like a piece of wisdom. Other times it's like an exercise or healing energy. It's usually a combination of the 3.
Yeah.
And it's just really, people often say it feels like a warm bath.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And so are people able to connect into the Carriers of Light on their own, or do they need you to be able to do it? Or is this specific to you, or like how does this happen? I guess what I'm asking is, how does this happen?
So apparently I agreed to be their spokesperson before, like I was coming over here.
I love it.
And well, the way they say it is I'm also a carrier of light, but I'm just the one that's here physically on the planet. It gives me chills. So we're team, and I'm the physical one, able to relay their messages and say that. So they're here. They're always here. Like their specific focus is emitting energy and information through me. But yes, people can, it's not like they won't talk to anyone else. So you can definitely try and talk to them.
I mean, I believe in all of this stuff very deeply. I've for many years have followed Abraham with Abraham Hicks. And so, and this is, I think, kind of similar to Carriers of Light. And I think we all need that kind of connection. And you're someone who has fine-tuned that connection. So you have the ability to be able to relay the information so someone doesn't have to sit there and go, okay, let me just try to connect. Let me try to connect. I mean, just meet with Iris and she'll do it for you. She will help you. My goodness. Yeah, let's just make this easy. Well, your program sounds great. When does it start?
June 21st at the solstice.
Oh, perfect. So people have time to find out about it so they can go on and explore more about that. And I also happen to know that you are an author, soon to be a 2-time author. You have to show us your first book, which is fiction. Show us that one and tell us a little bit about it.
So Poisoned Arrow. It's my first book. I really love the cover. Designer did such a great job. So this is about a girl who needs to turn her curse into a gift. And it's like it's a fantasy novel. So there's magic in there. It reads like an adventure book. But it's also, if you want, it's also like a spiritual journey where you're just guided through a lot of the principles that I teach my clients, through seeing how the heroine is learning how to deal with her emotions and her sensitivity, and how to turn that power that she has into a blessing and a gift, where she's always seen it as a curse and something that was really hard.
Beautiful. Okay, well, I hope everybody goes, and I mean, because we're in summer, what a great time to have a wonderful fantasy novel to be reading on the beach or just hanging out in your house or, on your front porch or wherever it is that you need to be, on the plane if you're flying or traveling. So, yeah, definitely get that. Now, your other book is something completely different, right?
Yes.
Tell us about the one you're working on now.
So that's about energy management, and that's like a compilation of the things that I've been teaching people for, I don't know, the last decade and a half. It's about how you can have more energy, how you can take better care of yourself, how you can make sure that you have the time and the energy to enjoy life and do the things that are really important and joyful. And it's a combination of very practical tips that I've been teaching my clients, the things that I taught myself. It speaks about like how to learn to embrace your sensitivity when you're a sensitive soul, which is 20% of the population of the people are highly sensitive.
Wow.
And I share a lot of personal stories in there, some of my challenges, and then I'll tell you what I did to overcome or shift them, or what it taught me, and some very practical tips.
I love it. It's great. And that won't be out until the fall, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody gets on your mailing list, obviously they will hear when your book is available or follows you on social media on either Instagram or Facebook or any of that.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's wonderful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So Iris, have we missed anything that we need to talk about?
Well, the only thing that comes to mind when we are speaking about the carriers of light is that last year, for the first time, I created a mastermind. So the mastermind that we had was great, and it involved traveling to New York 4 times a year. This one is all virtual, and we're starting a new cycle here this month in June.
Oh.
So that's for anyone who would like to connect with the carriers of light on a deeper level and would like to take their personal growth and their inner growth up a few notches. There is like a call that we would do in advance to make sure that it's a match, because I want like-minded people and be really sure that it's going to be a good match for everyone. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. And the last year was so very powerful. So I look
So
forward.
the mastermind is ongoing. Unlike the 4-week classes, 4 weeks has very specific focus, and the
Yes.
mastermind is where you really can dive into what you specifically need and get support from you facilitating with the carriers of light, and then the other people who are in the group, like a true mastermind that connects.
Exactly. Yes. And
Yeah.
that's a 1-year program.
1-year program. Okay, great. So they can find out about that on your website as well, right?
Exactly. In the shop.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. So, oh my goodness, you have so many really cool things going on. And imagine you could all be, since, the majority of the people who follow me are in the US, not everybody, but the majority, you could be doing a mastermind with people in the Netherlands and, Europe, and overall, it could be really, really fun. So, yeah, I love that. Iris, you are always so inspiring and such a true delight. I love sharing what you have to offer, and I'm sure you will actually fill both of your programs, because people are very lucky if they get to work with you. So thank you so much for being here today. And I appreciate it always.
You're welcome. It's a joy and a pleasure to be here. And I always love your questions and what they spark. So thank you for that.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. And I want to thank everyone who is watching either live or the replay. And please have a very happy, healthy, safe, around here, cool, because it's supposed to actually be hot this weekend. Just fun weekend, celebrate the beginning of summer. And I will see you all back here again next week at the usual time, 5 p.m., for another Total Image Woman of the Week. So have a great weekend, everybody.